Unacceptable. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another podcast. This is No Sugar, No Cream, No Bell. Episode 79? 79, I believe, right?
79.
79, a little ASMR for you. Ding, ding, ding. La, 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 la. ASMR. I don't have any nails. I can do that.
Well, I'm sure it's coming to the microphone. I'm sure.
Well, I was just doing a little ASMR. Guys, Tuesday.
Check.
Guys, be with you today on this wonderful, nice, warm Nashville day in June life. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope
everything checks out, nephew.
Hopefully, I'm in the middle here of something super not important. All right, guys. Hope you're doing well. Having a good Tuesday. We're almost to hump day. Before you know it, it'll be Friday, and yeah, as you can see, I have all my thoughts together. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching on Facebook, please feel free to like our pages there and share the podcast. That helps us get it out. And we'll just get in right to it today. Things going well. The Celtics won last night, 2 nights in a row.
Two nights in a row,
looking good. Pritchard not doing so well the last couple nights.
No, he hasn't. We love Pritchard.
Love Pritchard. He's a young guy, shorter guy,
6'1". He's only 6'1".
The average is 6, which yes, that is taller than both of us, pretty much combined. No, I'm just kidding. We're not little people, but what's
but short for
6'3",
that's
right?
short for NBA. Short for NBA.
6'4" or 6'3"
No,
or
I'd say
6'5".
average is 6'5" at least.
It's
Probably
crazy.
6'6" maybe.
Yeah, I think it's 6'5".
Here's another.
Which is crazy that Jordan was just the average practically. He's 6'6".
What was it? He was 6'6".
6'6", which is so funny. Which congratulations to Jordan's team.
Three
in a row.
Three-peat.
NASCAR, 3 NASCAR wins in a row.
Never been done before.
3 in a row has been done before, but the first three races,
right? Yeah,
the first three races of the year, and of course
they're gonna win them all. They're gonna win them all.
No, it's not. No, it's not gonna happen. I'll put money that they won't win next week. That just 4 in a row would be insane.
It would be insane.
That would just be insane. That's like hitting black 4 times in a row. It can happen. It does happen, but not super often. But yeah, so Michael Jordan is an owner along with Hardwick. Is that his? No, whoever number 11 is. Is it Hardwick?
Sorry, I'm not much of a NASCAR fan. I mean, I do enjoy watching
Hamlin. Yeah, Hamlin.
I do enjoy. Oh, Hamlin is the other owner.
Hamlin is the other owner.
Oh my gosh! And he's also a racer, Danny Hamlin. He's a phenomenal racer.
So he's part of 23, and then the XI is what they call it. So they put an X and I to differentiate 23 from 11. A little clever.
But you pronounce 2311.
Pronounced 2311
because Jordan's number was 23, of course.
And then you got the cars are 23, 45. And 35. Now, 35. Tim is. I'm going to say Jordan. I said Tim.
Yeah, we are often confused for each other.
Yeah, definitely. Billionaires, loving life. So Jordan, his number when he came has always been 23. And then when he came back after he played basketball,
retired the second time.
Yeah, I think there was just an issue. He just ended up in 45 for some reason. There's a story there. I can't remember what it is, but I can't remember if it. I can't remember.
23 might have already been taken.
No, it definitely wasn't taken. That was nobody else was wearing 23.
Oh, you know that
this
for
was
a
on
fact?
the Jordan. Yeah. Nobody else was wearing it, but I think
on the Warriors. I think it was the Warriors.
So, I think in fact, no, Bulls.
No, he came back. Okay. Are we talking about the same thing?
Warriors. Yeah. Well, no,
I said after he retired the
45.
second time. You missed that part. After he retired the second time. He wore 23 for the second three-peat.
Yeah.
His entire time at the Bulls, he wore 23.
No, he when he came back
for the second three-peat.
First time he wore 45 like a couple games. In fact, there was a big shirt that was really popular that said he's back, and it had him with 45 on the back of it. But yeah, I forgot he did 45. He had used the number 45 some in when he played for that was the Warriors, wasn't it? That was the Warriors. It was the Warriors. I was getting confused because he owned the Charlotte Hornets, so I get that a little confused.
Did he sell his share of the Charlotte Hornets? I think.
If not 100%, he has a small sliver left. It might be 100. That'd be a good thing to sell. Yeah, he made a good profit there. They never did very well while he owned. He's not the best owner, but he is a good owner when it comes to NASCAR. He's got the right people in his corner, and I mean, he got an all-star too. He got a good partner too in Denny Hamlin, and they've literally won. The same guy has won all 3 races that's on their team. Number 40.
Yeah, Jordan has a minority share according to Wikipedia or AI Overview. It says
which he used to have a majority share, right? And then he kind of whittled down, but still might as well something that's kind of just go up in value like crazy. NBA and NFL. I mean,
he had 80 to 90% reportedly before selling it in 23, retaining a minority share. So in 2023, he sold his majority share.
So he probably has anywhere from like 1 to 20%, if that. Yeah, I think
minority. It's all we can say. It's
less than 50%.
Greater than 0 and less than 50.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't know what minority. I guess.
Good. Well, I guess you'd have a good idea what it is if you knew how much he sold, what percentage he sold to it. But for somewhere, I was thinking it was somewhere around 10% that he still had, or something maybe. But yeah, his 2311 team is doing amazing. So seeing him celebrate, which is funny too, because he's like a foot taller than everybody.
Yeah,
celebrating with everybody.
But he's like a kid. He's like a kid.
And I'm a big Jordan fan. I grew up in the 90s, and was never much of a NASCAR fan, but hung out with my cousins and stuff, and watching them get into it. It got entertaining, and yeah, I fall asleep watching it sometimes. And then sometimes there's some crazy wrecks.
Seth lives for the wrecks. Let's just be honest.
Exciting. It can be exciting.
Let's just live for the wrecks.
Usually no one gets hurt, so that's good. These cars are very well protected. But it's crazy. I mean, they're whipping around each other, and people will get upset, because they'll accidentally, hit each other, or sometimes they'll hit each other on purpose,
Yeah, we were watching it, and they all apparently, the movie Talladega Nights, which of course had one of my favorite actors of all time.
Yeah, they make some references to it, don't they?
They do. And it's not who you think it is. It's John C. Reilly.
I'm
huge John C. Reilly fan. And Will Ferrell's all right. I'm being a little funny, being sarcastic. But I love John C. Reilly.
Together.
We should. Step Brothers.
We should watch Step Brothers.
And anyway, in the
last me.
In the last race that we watched, I don't know, maybe it was the one that he won, the third one. They were coming over the radio and they were talking about shake and bake, because that was the two characters that the Will Ferrell character and the John C. Reilly character, shake and bake. So I think it's funny when real life imitates art, not art imitating real life, when real life imitates art. So
I'm on fire. Ricky Bobby, you're not on fire. I'm on fire. Help me. Help me, Tom Cruise.
That was an era when Will Ferrell put into his contract, apparently.
Oh, no.
I cannot do a movie without at least stripping down to my underwear. I must strip down in every movie. Because he seemed like he did it. No, I made that up. I just made that up. That's why I said allegedly. Don't sue us.
We're going streaking.
He did a lot of,
You see him, his wife is with her friends, happens upon him. And he's literally streaking by himself. He leaves the party to streaking, and he's the only one streaking. Oh, that's a good one.
That's which movie is that?
Oh my gosh, what is the name of that one? That
is that the one where he's in the back
sorority
seat?
one.
He's in the back seat completely naked. I
Yeah,
remember, and
yeah.
everybody gets in, and they're like, they didn't want to sit too close to him. I saw that one, yeah, but don't remember which one it was. He had quite a run of. I mean, I haven't seen him in anything in a while. I guess actors kind of either they choose to, or Hollywood makes them kind of age out, maybe. But now in this era, a lot of these great actors and actresses are doing great roles, age appropriate roles. I mean, we saw a movie Nona's, which had some great actresses that were great. Who's the lead guy that we both love? I can't think of his name. Vince Vaughn. Haven't seen him, he hasn't done anything in a long time, and he's the lead actor for Nona's, which was, I think, which is based on a real life restaurant in Staten Island. It really exists, and they really have hired grandmas or moms to be the cooks. That's literally what they do, and it really exists, and that name is Nona's. And one day I'd like to go see it. It'd be really cool.
Will Ferrell still comes out with a movie or two every year, but he just that crazy rock star. I mean, he definitely got hit by the whole, they stopped making comedies for a while too, but he has regular made movies, but yeah, they just haven't been crazy like that, like Old School, Wedding Crashers, Step Brothers, and
Talladega Nights. Yeah.
Yeah. Super Bad. He wasn't in Super Bad, of course, but that was a really classic. But so now for Scary Movie 7 just came out, or no, Scream 7 came out, and they put a trailer for the new Scary Movie, and that's a big spoof thing, which they came out with the trailer, and already people are offended by the trailer, which is, yeah.
Is that a Will Ferrell movie? Yeah.
Scary Movie, it goes back to like the late 90s. It was a spoof on not Will Ferrell. It was the Wayans brothers first did it, and they made the first two, and then they had a run in with the guy that ended up in jail. The got Me Too'd. The big guy that was a producer. Starts with W.
Yeah, Goldstein. No,
Goldstein. Something like that.
Are you talking about the actor?
Yeah. No. The what's his first name? Wait.
I don't remember. Wasn't it Steen? Jewish name. Goldstein. Maybe not Goldstein. Something Steen. He was the producer he was the gatekeeper for so many movies.
Yeah. And then he went to jail.
I don't know if he ever actually went to jail. Are you talking about an actor?
No, I think we're thinking of the same person. Or did he not go to jail? Weinstein.
Yeah. See, I knew it was a Steen, Jewish name, not Goldstein. Weinstein.
So Weinstein. So they asked for so much money, and they basically fired them for asking for more money, even though they were the ones that made it big, and they put another director involved in it for the next 4 movies, and now thankfully they got it back. So it's going back to its roots, because the first 2 were the best 2 by far, and they just make fun of a fun scary movie, different scary movies, and it's a comedy, and they just
had Ferrell in it. No, or you're confusing me.
No, I was because I made the segue into comedy.
Okay.
And it's taken a big hit because everybody just
segue
finds
accepted.
So offensive.
Segue accepted.
And literally they had a joke about the pronouns, and people were already complaining about that. I'm like, okay. Or it's too easy of a joke. Or it was like, no, this is a joke that definitely pertains needs to be made. And if that offends you, you're probably one of those that whines about your pronouns. Is like, which is funny because I was watching people review it and like, well, you look like somebody that would whine about the pronouns, or would ask, well, what are your pronouns? And if that's you, I'm so sorry. What are your pronouns?
That part will be cut out. by Bob, our editor.
My pronouns are king and master.
King Seth. Okay, so segue.
Segue. Let's get Seth before he cancels us all.
So if you watched our last podcast, I floated an idea. A new project.
Oh no.
Chef Seth's barbecue sauce.
Barbecue sauce.
What do you think? Should we launch sugar no cream Chef Seth's barbecue sauce?
Say Chef Seth the third time.
Yeah, say it. Say it. Chef Seth. Chef Seth. Chef Seth.
Yeah, that would be fun. Something like that. I was thinking I wanted to do a little food taste up. Just to make a little guys, if you see our little clips, they're on Instagram, YouTube. Feel free to like those. We appreciate those. We've had some decent views on YouTube. If you're not following us on YouTube, that would really help us out. Follow us on we go live on, I think, Tim's.
We go
and then
5 channels. We go live on No Sugar No Cream on YouTube. We go live on The Tim Wolf on YouTube. We go live on The Tim Wolf Instagram. And that's 3.
We can't go live on ours yet because
we can't now. Yeah, we don't have enough. So like
us
on No Sugar No Cream
like us
on Instagram. On Instagram, we don't have enough yet.
And YouTube. And YouTube, right?
No, well, YouTube we're already going live.
Oh, we are good there.
So the 5 we're going live on are No Sugar No Cream channels, YouTube, and just YouTube. And then we're going live on Tim Wolf channels, 3 of them.
Yeah.
The Tim Wolf on YouTube, The Tim Wolf on Facebook, on Instagram, and The Tim Wolf on Facebook. So that's 4. And then the 5th one is my personal one, Tim Walter.
No Sugar, No Cream on Mars. Next.
If you help us and get us to 100 followers on our No Sugar, No Cream YouTube channel, or I think, how many do we need on the Instagram channel? I think 100 as well. we can go live, and we can Facebook. Go, and we can get to, and then I would drop first my personal probably, leave it, and eventually, I mean, I'd love to have enough followers on the No Sugar, No Cream channels that all this content is always on just No Sugar, No Cream. We'll see.
Yeah.
We're a ways away, but
the biggest audience is from Tim Wolf music channel on Facebook. So appreciate you guys checking it out.
Thank you.
And then you get to know Tim a little better. You get to, you can just ignore me. I'm just over here in the corner.
Chef Seth, funniest man in Nashville, right here.
Unconfirmed. Let's put a little asterisk. Asterisk. This is my asterisk.
It's a GIF or GIF.
Yeah.
GIF asterisk.
Yeah. So anyway, to sum up the whole scary movie thing, I was a big fan of the scary movies. Glad that it's back. Some fun, crazy comedies will be back, making fun of everything. Making really fun of all different movies. Which I haven't seen a scary movie in a while. It's weird watching a scary movie by yourself. I do like scary movies. You're not a big fan of scary movies at all, but it's a little. I haven't watched a scary movie myself because I feel like a little creepy. I'm a big boy, but it's a little crazy to watch a scary movie by yourself. I feel like, if anything, maybe I'd probably go to the movie theater to watch a scary movie. Oh my goodness. It just came really not appropriate for kids movie. There was a scary movie way back in the day. Well, I guess I shouldn't even describe it because there's an eye socket literally in the movie, and people like gasp, and the movie theater was packed out. I can't even think of it. Hostel. The movie was Hostel.
Oh,
it was really revolutionary for just like how gruesome it was in a way, and had a unique storyline. there was this eye scene in it that was nasty. That was just gruesome, and
it had some
packed out
sex
movie
scenes, if
theater.
I remember, didn't it? Didn't it have some nudity?
We don't. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
sir.
you got the PG version.
No, this is the PG
channel
podcast.
PG channel, yeah.
I wasn't going to bring up anything inappropriate or try not to.
Well, I mean, we don't want someone saying, "Hey, I brought a movie home. We're going to watch it with the kids."
No, I said it was for kids.
Okay. Make that clear. Make that clear.
Anyway, so it's packed out adults, but there is some girl or guy that was at the top of the theater, and I heard them go as they're running by me. They're making we kind of bust out and laugh because it's like just a moving person that was about to throw up running out of the theater, and that just instantly turned that movie experience into a classic experience for me. Because I was seeing it with a packed out theater and somebody running for their life to try to get to the toilet to throw up. Yeah. But good times. So excited. I love some good comedies, and the Wayne brothers, it's amazing. Their family has just come out with some has really done a really good job of entertaining since the 80s. Oh my goodness. Like 3 or 4. I mean, like you got the dad and the son, and then the grandson. I mean, there's like 3 generations of some really good comedy out there. And I think there's 4 main brothers or something.
Wayne, you're talking about the Wayne brothers.
Wayne brothers, yeah. Come out with a number of throughout the years, a number of shows and movies. But yeah, Scary Movie was one that was.
Oh, really? They did. Oh, okay. I did not
movies.
even know that they did Scary Movie. Okay.
So, and this was the spoof movie that I'm.
Yes, I got you.
And they're the ones that's why
they lost control. Okay, you didn't mention that at the beginning. I'm even more interested because I like those guys. I love those guys.
So they lost it. They asked for more money and they fired them.
That's normal.
I mean, that's the thing. You create the whole thing, but I guess you just, your best bet, and probably a lot of people do, you want to maintain like ownership of something. But in the process of getting it made, you probably have to lose. In some situations, a lot in the big situations, when they're putting up the money, they want to own the rights to the movie.
That's interesting because
the rights to the movie.
I believe that game is changing. Well, it's certainly changing in music.
Mm-hmm.
And I make music. That's what I do. My full-time thing. I make music. Got an album coming out, which I want to talk about a little bit, if you allow me. Co-podcast partner.
Let's take a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That's only 1 out of 2 hand raises. That's 50%. Oh, I see 1 late. That's 2 out of 2. You have exactly 33 seconds to.
No, but I want to finish a point first. So technology has changed. I mean, in the 70s and 80s, and even into the 90s, making music, you generally had to go to a recording studio, and especially in the early 90s, for the most part, it was recorded on tape up to probably the 90s when the switch over to digital. And tape's expensive. I mean, one of the most expensive parts, not only paying for the expensive studio and all the expensive equipment, expensive preamps and compressors and microphones. And by the way, an aside, rabbit trail, I ran into a gentleman when I was at the Grammy week, and his business is he rents microphones. And he was telling me about he has a lot of vintage microphones, and he told me a couple projects that he did. He was just telling me, I don't know, he just opened up with me because I'm such a relatable guy, and he just opened up like we were known each other for a long time. Anyway, and he said a couple of projects that he named, and I knew the artist names. And he said, I booked these. He was talking about COVID was difficult, because COVID hurt a lot of businesses. And then he was struggling financially because that's what he does for business. And then after COVID, he booked 2 projects close to each other and rented out his mic locker. And each of them was $30,000 just for mic rental. Wow. That's a lot. Anyway, just surprised. So, I mean, vintage equipment and big studios and producers and all that, it costs a lot of money. But now there are people creating music in their bedroom because the technology has gotten so much better. You can do it on a laptop. You can do it on GarageBand. And so that has become so much better. And there are, when you talk about visual, there are movies that have come out that people use in their iPhone. So the technology has gotten so much better. You don't have to. The gatekeepers have a lot less power to gatekeep. So it's possible to do it a DIY. You don't need expensive equipment. Yeah, you want to rent the big red camera, which is a $35,000 camera. I know that's the only big one I know. You've heard of Red, right? I think that's the brand name or the model number. That's one of the top of the line when you pro, but you don't have to. There are movies that and projects that have come out to start out, and so it's possible to do it without the funding from the big guys like the Weinsteins of the world.
It's very exciting. And before you get into music and stuff, to go along with what you just said, talking about movies and being able to get past all to be able to get past the big heads. Something revolutionary just happened in this last month, or was it even December? There was a YouTuber that made a movie based on a video game, funded it all himself, didn't use any studio whatsoever. So yeah, you can do that. But a lot of times you'll fund it yourself and then you go sell it to somebody is the easiest way to do it. Now he's got 20-30 million subscribers and people that are ready to see the movie. So he needed to get into theaters himself. So that's where you have the big hiccup. You sell to a studio, they can do all that, and they know how to deal with the theaters and everything, and they have connections. That's another big thing to get over.
The restriction, that's a restriction. Gatekeepers.
That's a big part of the process.
Yeah.
Not just getting a movie funded, but then
distribution.
And he literally was able to, working with one, he hired one person in particular to work with him, and he was just wanting to just, all right, just do it at your local theater. Like, he was like, no, that's literally offensive to my fan base, because I have this huge, gigantic fan base. So they started doing a pre-sale thing, and then they got it out to so many theaters, like 100 or so. And then he went on his social media and YouTube and stuff and said, hey, if it's not being picked up in your area, call your movie theater and request for it. And literally before the movie came out, it then got picked up by a total of, I think, 3,000 theaters.
Wow.
That's a major release once you hit, I think, over 2,000.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
And they had already pre-sold, I think, $10 million in pre-sales alone. And I think he made the movie for less than 10 million. So he had already was in the profit before he even showed the movie. And then I think he hit like close to between 30 and 50 million the first weekend, and completely produced by himself, distributed basically by himself, just using his fans to help get other theaters. I mean, you get 100 calls to your theater. I mean, most theaters, you get 10 calls to it and be like, I'm not going to call about any other movies. Like, I'm going to put that movie in here. Even I'd say easily with 10 calls, and you're probably getting some of these theaters getting hundreds of calls, and it gets picked up. And so this is, it can be done now without even a distribution. You can do your own distribution with,
Yeah.
But
And
not everybody has that kind of connection, of course.
Right. Yeah. He's got how many millions of followers on
between 20 and 30.
That's right there. But crowdfunding, the general category of crowdfunding, which it sounds like he did, which a specific example of
he funded it himself.
Yeah, but you said he had pre-sale. That's a type of crowdfunding.
But crowdfunding, you usually go it before you even make it. A lot of times, usually, right?
You said a pre-sale.
No, pre-sale after the movie was already made.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the movie was already made. But yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So, usually a lot of times to get a movie made, you'll do crowdfunding,
which like Kickstarter. If you're familiar with Kickstarter, Kickstarter is one site that does crowdfunding. Or you don't need to use Kickstarter. You can actually do it on your own site. You can set it up and use your own, like Shopify, checkout, and do a pre-sale and don't have to share the revenue. I think Kickstarter takes 15%. They take a percentage. And if you can do it yourself, and you don't get funded unless you reach your goal. So there's some limitations. Now the advantage is people are familiar with using Kickstarter.
Okay, I was wondering which one it was that did that.
Does which?
Does the one where like you don't get the money unless
I'm pretty sure that's what it is with Kickstarter. And there have been other crowdfunding. One of them was specifically for musicians, and I forgot what they were, but they went under. And there were people that had raised a lot of money and never got their money because they went bankrupt. A little scary. So, but if you do a pre-sale, a musician's hack, you can keep all the money even if you don't reach whatever goal you have. But you still have to deliver like a pre-sale.
They're still getting what they
I mean, people that are investing in that are not missing out.
Yeah, they're getting, and a lot of times there's different they'll have different tiers,
yeah,
and you'll get which you've done that kind of stuff a little bit.
I have done pre-sales, yeah.
And then like you pay three say you pay a big amount, they might have a big tier up here which is like VIP or be in the movie. That I know they did that for like a few $1,000s you could be in the movie. Which is like, what, don't they usually pay actors? Well, hey, this is a movie that, like, they did that for Veronica Mars. They did a big comeback after they had done, like, it was like 5-10 years later, and they come out with, I think, 3 seasons, and then to kind of round it all up, they did a movie, and they did the whole Kickstarter thing, and were able to fund it. And one of the tiers too, you could be in the movie, paid so much you could have a little part in the movie.
And when it comes to things like that, because I do work with a shout out, not sponsored, but not sponsored, Indepreneur. If for any independent musicians out there, you cannot go wrong with Indepreneur. My coach. I'm at a level where I have a coach that I communicate with. I have bi-weekly calls, and we communicate by Discord. Jesse, shout out to Jesse. Anyway, and Indepreneur is not sponsored. They encourage you not to use Kickstarter, but to do a pre-sale. And they have a lot of people. There's a lot of artists that are in. I think there's like 10,000 artists that are in Indepreneur at different levels. There's an entry level where you just get access to all their trainings, which I think is $55 a month, and they go all the way up where you're paying $1,000 a month, and they actually run your ad campaigns.
What do you do pre-sale through? You through like Apple or Spotify, or is it?
Well, typically you could do downloads, I guess, but typically you're selling physical merch, vinyl and CDs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then you ship, have them order by the physical merch. But anyway, part of they do a lot of training, and a lot of it is from just general marketing principles. They're bringing marketing principles, online marketing. There's a lot of people selling a lot of things online, and they're applying what they also have gurus that come and talk to them about what are the latest marketing principles, how to succeed on and then on, say, meta advertising, meta meaning Facebook and Instagram. You can advertise on other platforms as well. But one of the things they talk about, like in your store, I have a merch store. If you're interested in checking out, thewolfcreek.com, sponsored because I'm putting it on my platform. So can I say that I am sponsoring No Sugar, No Cream? Is that allowable? Would you allow me to say that?
Yeah, give me $20.
So if you go to my store, thewolfcreek.com, that's my store. And anyway, they advise you, it's quite interesting, and it applies back to you saying the higher end stuff. They say when you say you're talking about like $1,000 or $2,000 you can be in the movie, that kind of thing. Here's a marketing hack for you. If any of you have a store, or no matter what you're selling, make sure you're offering something that is a high ticket item. And you may not even expect anybody to take it. But if you got a super high ticket item, even if you don't sell it, it adds weight to your more regular offering. Here's an example. I remember now this is not such a high ticket item, but here's an example at a car dealership. This was pre-COVID. Before, I mean, now like an F-150, a standard F-150 full size pickup, whether it's Silverado or Nissan or whatever, Toyota, 50 grand. I mean, that's not a special price based on what I've seen. But pre-COVID, when prices were much more reasonable, I remember going by the dealership and they had kind of a luxury pickup there with all the bells and whistles, and it was priced at $80,000, and it was sitting on the lot, and everybody was looking at it, and it was like, wow, $80,000 for a pickup. Wow, who would pay that? Wow. They didn't have to sell it. Just the buzz and the pizzazz of having that on the lot. Maybe somebody did come in and buy it, but just having it there and offering it adds credence to your more normal offers. So you can offer like a luxury, offer, like be in the movie for $1,000 or $2,000 or maybe $10,000, help write the script or something. I don't know, and not expect anyone to take it, but it's there. And then people say, well, I can't afford that, but maybe I can do something a little bit less. You follow what I'm saying? You were saying, what were the prices? What were the prices you were saying? $2,000 to be in the movie?
To be in the movie or something. Yeah, you just have.
And then did they have even higher level?
There might have been. Be producer on the movie. Get your name on there or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Get your name in the credits.
Name in the credits. Yeah.
Give us $10,000. You can have your name in the credits. I mean, I don't. Who knows? Executive producer. You really don't do anything, but you get your name in the credits.
That's what most producers do anyway. No, I'm just kidding. No.
So did I talk about my new double album last time? I don't remember.
You sure did. And that's the end of the podcast for today. Thanks for watching, guys. Now to our sponsored segment. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Tim Wolf.
Yes.
Production. A Tim Wolf production.
And perhaps at the risk of repeating myself, I'll say it again and again. I will repeat myself. I have a new album coming out, probably coming out in July. It's going to be called Raised in South Dakota, and I added up all the.
And that's our podcast for us. Thank you, Tim, for that.
I'm going to unplug your mic here because I'm in control.
That was a $20 segment. That was.
You only got 30 seconds for your sponsored segment. So this album added up the music that we'd recorded, 14 songs. It's a lot of longer songs, 5-minute songs, 4-minute songs, 4-minute and 59-second songs. The average song on the radio is like 2.5 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. It came to, there's no way it fit on a normal. It was 64 minutes of music. No way it fit on a single vinyl. The most you can put on a side of a vinyl is 20. If you really push it, maybe 22 minutes. So that's 44 total, and way past that. So I'm at 64 minutes. So that means a double vinyl. Double vinyl. Big project. Wow. I'm so excited. So excited. I'm going to make it special. So if you're interested, subscribe. Go to my website, thetimwolf.com. You can subscribe to my email list, and you'll be kept abreast of the developments, and there'll be a pre-sale available. You can order this. End of sponsored segment.
And time. You owe us 23 more cents.
Okay, I'll Venmo to you.
That was our first sponsor, guys. Tim Wolf, guys. Tim Wolf, great sponsorship. Monster, not sponsored.
Oh.
Pokemon Go, not sponsored.
Sweetwater Coffee, not sponsored.
Carnival Cruise, not sponsored. But it's okay because I love Carnival.
Ellis Chalmers Tractors, not sponsored.
Mini Guitar, not sponsored.
Celtics, Boston Celtics, not sponsored. Your turn.
Oh. Funko Pop figures. And the boxes they came in. This one doesn't go with this one. Not sponsored.
Focusrite Interfaces, not sponsored.
Yeah, that wraps up that thing.
We're running out of things to say.
But yeah, what else we got going on this week? Oh, we some excitement going on toward the end of the month.
Yes,
2/3 of the way through the month.
Yes.
We purchased some tickets to go to
very excited
a Celtics game, a Celtics in Memphis. So we're headed to Memphis on the 20th at a reasonable time to get there and watch the game downtown. So that should be fun. We got some nice tickets, some decent tickets for the price. We're gonna enjoy the Celtics beating the crap out of the Grizzlies.
Well, we hope.
And in Memphis, I don't think there's any Grizzlies.
You know,
in the zoo.
I live 3 hours. I live in Tennessee. I live in Nashville, and I've been to Memphis a few times since I moved here. And when I go to Arkansas, where Seth's parents live, we go there. We've gone there half a dozen times. We go through Memphis, but I have never. I am admitting to you people, I'm embarrassed to say, I have never been to the king himself's home, Graceland.
Graceland.
I've never been to Graceland. So, Seth kindly, he was the organizer of this event, and he bought tickets with specific times. I guess I think you have to go to a certain time to get in, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's so that they don't have too many people at a certain time, starting at a certain time. You don't want to get like 300 people showing up to go into one location all at the same time. So basically they just stagger it, because you can go probably stay all day if you want, but you'll be through the process of it. So we'll see the house, and I guess there's an airplane there. I didn't think that was where the airplane was, or maybe was more than one airplane too, because I know one of his airplanes ended up like in a desert or something, like getting and somebody had bought it or something. There's some YouTube videos with that, but it'll be fun. It's it's like an $80 ticket. So I mean, there's only one Graceland, and
there's only one Graceland. There's only one Elvis.
And so this house, I learned a little bit about it because it showed up on a TV show that I watched on Hulu called Paradise, and which is like like end of the world kind of show.
Apocalyptic.
Yeah. And this girl she ends up getting a job working as a VIP, like a guided tour, which we did not get those tickets. Those are like $300 or $400. Oh my gosh.
Well, I mean, if we find it, we could always go back. It's only
3.5 hours away. Yeah. It's not bad at all.
So,
but nah, self-guided tour will be fine. That'll be fun. And, we won't feel rushed, or we might want to, there might be certain spots we want to spend more time in, but I'm looking forward to it. So it's the house. And then there's even like I think a building next to it with memorabilia and stuff. And like, but anyways, she has a little intro. So she shares a little bit about Elvis, this house. He had given $100,000 to his parents to find a house and bought it. And this is the house that they bought. So I guess he lived there with his parents at some point, or maybe I don't know the full story, or at least this is the house that they found, but that was probably back in the 50s,
probably. Yeah.
What, he passed away in the 70s?
Yeah, he passed away in 1977 or 78, 1978.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. A little fun fact: he had a twin that died at birth. Kind of crazy. A lot of people don't know. He had tried out for he tried out for a Christian group where they were even from some got a quartet, and which you can kind of tell.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Didn't he try out for the?
I read that and some information. We went to there's a couple different spots you can go to that has memorabilia and stuff downtown, but never been to Graceland myself. But I remember going to somewhere and reading up on the whole thing
in Memphis.
And there in Memphis, and it talked about how there's a Assembly of God quartet he grew up like I think he grew up in a Synagogue
He did,
church,
yeah,
too.
he did.
And they didn't accept him, which kind of makes sense. He doesn't have a quartet sound. He has a very, very unique voice, and they said they didn't accept him into the group, which I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he doesn't have a quartet voice. I mean, he has. I mean, what he was considered the king of rock and roll, right?
Yeah, king of rock and roll. Yeah.
I mean, I mean, he took inspirations here and there, but I'd say he made his own. I mean, and then of course his signature leg thing, which people found so offensive. It's so fun. Twerking, moving your foot like that is found to be so offensive, and women would go crazy for him and all that.
Elvis the Pelvis, they called him.
Elvis the Pelvis.
They did.
That's great.
Elvis the Pelvis. You never heard that?
No, that's great.
Just stay near me. I will show you things you do not know.
but he passed.
Tell you things.
He passed away.
78.
What was
drug overdose? He was sitting on the toilet. They found him on the toilet.
But it was an accidental drug overdose.
They believe so, yeah. But he was so heavily drugged. He'd put on a lot of weight and not living well. He had a lot of bad conditions. He probably had diabetes and high blood pressure and all those things.
Yeah, probably a cross of the medications messed him up and taken a little bit too much of this one or that one.
So
yeah, it's crazy. I mean, man, kind of the same way the Prince of Pop or the King of Pop.
He died in his but it was a accidental
thing too.
But well, he was on.
But he's monitored by a doctor. That was
but he was on a pain meds because he had been jumping off speakers for so long. He had, I think, both of his hips had been replaced. Prince, talking about Prince,
and I bet there was medicine that one doctor that did the propofol didn't even know that he had in his system. I wonder if he really even deserved to go to jail for that.
The doctor went to jail?
Yeah, he went for jail for a year or two or more. Yeah. It's kind of crazy.
Those of you, if you're not aware, posthumously came out in, I want to say 2019, maybe 2017, but after he died. It's called Piano on a Microphone. And it's a Prince. It was never intended to be released. And he may not have allowed it to be released if he was still alive, but it was him in the studio just doing demos of songs that were in progress, piano on a microphone. And an early version of Purple Rain is there, and some other songs. And he's just playing a piano. He was an amazing piano player, amazing, just singing acoustic piano, upright piano. Maybe it was a grand, I'm not sure. Strikes me that it was an upright, and although I'm not sure, and singing into the mic. And he had a guy behind the control, and at one time he says, "Is that my reverb? Give me a little bit. Give me a straighter one." He's talking as he's playing piano. So it was just a way for him to record some of the songs that he had on development, and I don't think it was ever intended to be released, but it is so amazing.
Wow.
It's just so moving. The raw skill, no electric guitar, no pyrotechnics, no dancing.
How long is the movie?
No, it's a
or album, we just recorded album. It's an album. Okay.
Yeah, there's no video.
How long is it?
I mean, it's a full length album. I'm not sure how many.
Probably goes for an hour. Probably
maybe around. Mm-hmm. Let's see.
That's cool. Oh. Yeah, I know. Did you ever watch the movie that they came out with the movie?
Oh my! Hold on a second. Oh, Piano and Microphone 83, but it came out in 2018. It says Piano and Microphone 1983. Apparently, it was recorded in 1983, but I don't remember that being on there. So Piano and Microphone 1983. I don't remember that. They must have added that later. Is a posthumously released demo album by American musician Prince, released on CD, vinyl, and digital formats September 2018. It's the first.
Well, that gives you a little bit different perspective. You didn't realize it was that old?
Oh, I knew it was recorded early.
Oh, okay.
Because Purple Rain came out shortly after that, and it was an earlier version of Purple Rain. So I knew it was. I mean, Purple Rain. When did that come out? 84. So, Purple Rain is a slightly different version of it. Oh, here it says, this session includes alternative versions of pre-released and yet-to-be-released songs, cover versions, and sketches of songs. 4 of the album's 9 tracks, so it's 9 tracks. Runtime, 34 minutes and 21 seconds to answer your question. So 9 songs, 34 minutes. Mary Don't You Weep is a traditional song. And that was used in, the reason that I found this, I was at a movie, I believe it was the Black Klansman. It was a, who's the guy who's all the Knicks games? The goofy, now he just wears goofy glasses. The director.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He did the Black Klansman. He directed that. And
I never watched that.
And I'm pretty sure that was the movie. And he used, I think maybe over the closing credits, Mary Don't You Weep off this album. And I remember sitting in the theater being just mouth dropped, and I waited for the credits to roll, and I wanted to know, what did this come from? And I went and got this. I started listening. I probably was still, I didn't have the CD. I listened to it on streaming. And I listen to it every once in a while now. It's 17 Days is the first song. Purple Rain is the second one, but that's only 1 minute and 27 seconds, so it's not fully formed yet. A Case of You by Joni Mitchell, it's a cover. Then Mary Don't You Weep, which is a traditional song. Strange Relationship, International Love, Wednesday, Cold Coffee and Cocaine.
Spike Lee.
Spike Lee, yes, thank you. Spike Lee movie. Pretty sure it's a Spike Lee movie. Let's see.
Yeah, based on a true story too. I never got around to seeing that.
Yeah, 2018. So, I think it was nominated for Best Picture, but it didn't win, if I remember. Music. Black Klansman soundtrack. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't look like that was the one that was on there. Huh. I know it was in a movie that I saw it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's on there. Unreleased cover of Mary Don't You Weep, but it doesn't show up. It was on there. I was right, but here's a track listing, and it's not listed on it. Weird. They don't have Mary Don't You Weep, but Mary Don't You Weep was on the album. The ending of the film. Yeah. So Mary Don't You Weep, that's where my memory is still intact. That's where I first was introduced to this. That album had just come out because the movie came out in 2018, and that album came out in 2018. And I was so moved by that song in the movie when I saw it in the theaters. I remember leaving the theater. I can remember which theater I went to. I remember being in the parking lot trying to Google and listen to that album on the way home. I was so touched and moved by that. So radically different than most of Prince's stuff. It's just a piano and a microphone, recorded in 1983. So, is that my echo? Can I have the straight one, please? That's what he says in the beginning of it.
Yes, sir. Well, that should wrap us up for this podcast, I would say.
53 minutes after.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys enjoying our throwback to the besties. Two of the best.
I've lost you.
Two of the best. I was trying to think of their names. I was Elvis Presley and the Prince of Pop.
Prince,
Mike,
so talented. And I just want to say that I'm hoping, although I haven't told my nephew this yet, that I'm hoping if we if we get through Elvis's estate, Graceland soon enough, in my dreams, I would like to go to Stack Studio if it's open. I don't know. Stack Studio is an iconic studio in Memphis, and I don't even know if it's open. We'll have to research that. But I would love, or Sun Studios, or both. Sun Studios, where Elvis recorded his stuff, it's in Memphis, and I'm assuming they're both. The buildings are still standing, but I have to research that, and I would love to see either one of those. But maybe that'll be another trip. We'll see.
Yeah, boy. Well, appreciate you guys watching the podcast, and hope you enjoyed it. And we will see you guys next time. Please share the podcast on Facebook and like it. Send us a comment, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.